What is your current challenge? Okay, just take your time. Okay, so it doesn't matter what it is. Okay, it can be anything, but what is your current challenge? Can you see the notes, Wardy?
No, I'll just pull them up.
Yeah.
Is it
So
in the chat?
it's in the chat. Yeah. So
Cool.
everyone, what is your current challenge or what's keeping you up at night or what's your stress? And let me tell you, Greg's been through it. I've been through it. A good chance Greg's been through it. I've definitely heard it before, whatever it is. What is your current challenge? And the more open and vulnerable you are, the better for everybody. And just watch these, Greg, and
Yep.
we're going to go in a few directions. I know we've only got you for 25 minutes, so thank you. How you find the market on the Sunshine Coast, Greg? Just so everyone can.
Yeah, really patchy. Like we've got some stuff we've been chipping away at for 3 months and other stuff that we're selling in, a day.
How many owners on your database?
1,250. I've been like culling it. My goal was to get it down to like 1,000 by the end of the year and then build it back up.
Yep. And how many suburbs are you across?
That's probably been the biggest change this year. I think this year we've sold in 10 suburbs on the coast.
And what was it before?
Like three. We'd like turned away listings out of area, but now with the team growing, we're just taking on everything.
Yep. Yep. Do you believe that the super teams are getting more power? Like, is it
Yep.
getting easier for you as you grow?
Yep. You made a good point the other day. Super teams are winning listings they probably shouldn't have, like, or shouldn't even be in the door of.
Mm.
And it's true. Like we were in one last night. I took Caden, who's 19. He's just joined the team to a listing like 25 minutes away from the office.
Mm.
We were talking about, we've met however many thousand buyers this year. This is the benefit. Like we're probably going to sign it. We've never even sold in the suburb before. Um, but I would never have done that without him because I don't want to go there to do the open homes. You know what I mean?
So he found that.
Yeah, often I'll buy a callback.
Yeah. And yeah, okay, cool. So there's quite a few here, which we could
Yep.
not everyone sent something through. So I would ask everyone if you can send something through, and that's okay if it takes a bit more time. Um, so if we go back, because a lot of us, if we want to find more, like a lot of everyone wants to find more listings, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So if I'm day one, if I come and work for you,
Yep.
how will I find listing opportunities? Just explain that to me.
Yeah. And again, it's probably probably changed a bit this year with advice from you and others. Like Caden again, the guy I was just talking about, he joined my team 3 or 4 months ago,
Yeah.
and he's the first associate that I've ever had that I said you are never ever going to make a cold call. We've met so many people. All you're going to do for the first 3 years is service hot buyers of listings that you've been a part of, or call back old lists from properties that we've sold previously. He's
Yeah.
been with me 4 months. All he's been doing is calling old lists of buyers. He's generated two listings that we've signed and will go to market the next week.
And he's 19.
And he's 19.
Yeah. And now you've recruited, there's two women in your team who could be agents anywhere else.
Yep. Yep.
So how were you able to attract them?
Yeah, so Zoe, who's been with me for 4.5 years,
Yeah.
or yeah, 4.5 years, she started as like my assistant slash campaign manager and just grew into the role. Like she had a real passion for just dealing with people. She started doing open homes, and then we decided to get an assistant so that she could just focus on sales.
Yes.
She's the most senior in my team. And then we got to a point where it was myself, her, and an assistant.
Yeah.
I was getting all these opportunities that I probably wasn't going super hard for because I felt like we were at capacity. So I said to Zoe, I need to find someone else who's mature that I can go and list properties and pass them to and feel comfortable they'll be serviced really well. And that was when we recruited Teal. She was probably doing 15 to 20 sales a year at another agency.
Yeah.
She's got a goal next year of doing, 35 of her own sales in the team, and she'll probably do it. But that's off the back of, if we work on 20 campaigns together and she does and executes them properly, she'll list another 15 off the back of those. And then she finds, 10, 15 of her own. So it kind of just snowballs.
Okay. Let's go to a couple of these guys if we can, and then if I've got questions, I'll come back. Vinny, do you want to I'm conscious that you and maybe one or two others have to leave a bit earlier. Vinny, what was your question, mate? Or what are you dealing with at the moment?
Hey, Greg.
Right.
Man, I've just seen in the last 2 weeks the buyer urgency's fallen off a cliff and the flakiness is through the roof. And I've
Yep.
got three highly motivated vendors that need to be sold. I'm just managing not buying into their anxiety and then also progressing
Yep.
buyers.
We've got
And
three of exactly the same, and we'd had them on for like 2 months. And I got to the point where I was actually fearful of like, fuck, if we don't execute, like these vendors are super keen to sell. And I was actually getting worried, like if we don't execute these quick, we're going to lose the listings. So I actually just parked the whole buyer side and I like booked in meetings with all the vendors and said, guys, I don't want your property on the market at Christmas. You don't. These are 5 things we're going to do in the next week to just reignite your campaign and make sure this is sold in the next 3 weeks, just to almost get extra commitment out of them so that we know the listing's secured. They know we're doing everything, and it'll probably result in the listings coming down 100K, which is a big reduction for us on the coast. And then we'll just find a buyer because it'll be price driven. You know what I mean? How many of these buyers are on your hot buyer list that you've serviced? And I said, Teal, you're thinking about getting a listing right now, which is what everyone wants. I said, I reckon there's 10 people here that is almost an uncontested listing in 3 years. Let's just think of this a bit different. Let's focus on the list of people and who we can service that'll be our vendors in 3 years' time, as opposed to getting something out. All those activities that you mentioned, Shannon, like if you pull a now opportunity, that's just a bonus. Think what deep work can you do that'll guarantee you stuff in 3 years? And I guarantee if it was a really good sale, there would be 5 people that you could go and service in the next 7 days and they'll remember you for life.
What are your tips? Because you've had some failures with associates.
Yep.
You've gotten better at it, and now you've got the best team that you've ever had.
Yep.
You go back to like if we were all going to put on our associate for the first time, like Alicia, what would your what would your advice be to us to maintain? How can we onboard them and train them? Is the question.
Hmm.
At the same time, keep the wheels moving with all of our listing
Yep.
sales and stuff. How do you?
Yeah, I wasn't good at it. I'm definitely better at it now. And it all comes down to personal structure. Like, it will only work if you sit there on a Sunday night leash and look at your week and go, okay, what appointments do I have to attend to this week that I can't move? I'm going to schedule, like, one of the things I've done with my team, this is a bit off track, but hopefully you guys can take something out if you've got teams. Like, we've all got, instead of a team goal, everyone's got between now and Christmas a personal goal of listings and sales. So it's not just the team's approach. So we've just implemented for everyone in my team between 10 and 12 p.m. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because Monday we do callbacks. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday between 10 and 12, there is no inbound calls, nothing except database and buyer work. Okay, so the guys know not to hassle me. I know not to hassle them between those blocks in that time. And obviously, it's a bit different because your person's got no experience. But the first thing is on a Monday when you catch up, you need to be extremely clear with him around what you've got on for the week that you're just not going to be available. So I think if you're super clear on that, these times I'm just not available. If you've got questions, we can catch up afterwards. That protects your time a bit. And then I think just being clear with him around it's Monday. What does success look by Friday for a young male associate? And it's probably not generating a listing. It might be we're going to review your buyer list at the end of the week, and I want to see 10 people that have bid or made an offer on another property just to show me you're talking to the right people. It
Yeah.
might be 5 new owners in the owner data, like just little goals that actually I think we as agents lead these people down the wrong path because we're so fixated on the only good things in real estate or listings and sales. For a young associate, they're not going to see that for 3 to 5 years. You need to give him really clear little things that go, mate, at the end of this week, if you just do these 3 things, we're high-fiving, you're on your way.
Yeah.
And he'll feel like a hero. I think if you're super clear with that and you're super clear with when you're not available and he sees that and you're not distracted and you come in work mode, it will go a long way to solving any problems.
Yeah.
And if he
Little.
doesn't hit the goals, you know he's off track.
There's a few more questions, Greg, and then we'll let you go if that's all right.
Yeah,
Paul,
go for it. I another 5, 10 minutes anyway.
beautiful. Paul Jukes, and then I'm going to go across to Nicole, and then and
Oh,
Jack.
Greg, just oh, sorry, Ive. Probably just time management at the moment, Greg, for me. Just sort of yeah, that's and mate, you know what's probably more so works. It's probably outside influences like family and stuff. That's probably yeah. I've got mate, my eldest boy's a bit sort of I'm not saying off the rails, but he's yeah giving me some grief at the moment. So it's probably yeah
Mm.
time management.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
I mean, like, yeah,
Sorry,
sorry.
you go.
I'm going away for 4 or 5 nights next week for a long weekend with some friends to New Zealand to do the run that's on there. Like which is probably the same as you need to leave on a Friday, like have Friday off to spend time with your family. Like I think as long as it's planned and you're transparent with the team, like it's not a problem. And I think probably the thing I've gotten better at, like I've been a bit absent this year with a few holidays that I've taken. I'm super clear with my team around what I personally want to achieve. So therefore, and I'm public with it. And therefore, when I'm pushing them to achieve their goals, even if I'm away or, leave early in an afternoon or whatever, it's public. Like I've said to my guys, I'm between now and Christmas, I want to sign 20 agreements, do 10 sales on top of selling all the stock we've got. I want to call every single past client that I've ever sold for in the last 7 years and the people that we sold for, and clean my database up. And they know that. So therefore, if I leave in an afternoon or whatever, they know I'm still fully committed to, hitting those goals.
So what do you do with these vendors who I've got someone at the moment who've got a great offer on a property and then they just go, oh, I think I'll just wait till next year now and take it out next year. Like, what do you say to them?
Out of like one being poor, 10 being, how long's the property been on the market for?
Probably about 7 weeks.
And one being low, 10 being ultra high, how would you rate the amount of communication with the vendor?
Probably about 7. Yeah,
How
7.
many times have you met them face to face?
They're in the middle of a divorce, so they won't meet together, but pretty much every week we have a Zoom, but they're a
And
little
would
bit
you
of
say the
tension.
communication over the 7 weeks has been more positive or more negative from you?
Probably more positive. Yeah.
So that's like again, that's not a bad thing, but I
Yes.
think where we're finding
Okay.
or where we've had issues this year in that scenario is we haven't expected a good offer. We've or the off
Mm-hmm.
really good offers come too early, and we
Mm-hmm.
haven't given enough. I don't want to say negative, but I want to say honest feedback early on. So
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
I find when it gets to that point, it's almost unsavable, right? Like, because it's like the vendors made their decision. I would just be thinking for your next 5 campaigns, lower offers early on, more honest feedback early on, so that when that happens, they're more likely to accept it.